Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Monday Launch. I'm Jill Ogle. If we haven't met before, yesterday we were walking around in swimmers or bikinis, and today we are walking around in sweaters. So I don't know what's happening with the weather right now. Um, anyway, I want to talk to you about moving into the heart. Now, there's a lot of ideas in the spiritual or new age community, around love and light and living from the heart and things like this, positive vibes, good vibes, high vibes, and and I just want you to know that I don't want you to become attached to any one thing, because what I see often with people that are highly critical of themselves is that there's this idea of living from the heart, and it feels lovely and it's kind of idolized. And then whenever you're not living from the heart, you have a judgment around it, and you'll, you know, be hard on yourself and you'll criticize yourself. And so I just want you to know that, we move in and out of judgment. We move in and out of our heart. Sometimes we're positive. Sometimes we're negative. Sometimes we're happy. Sometimes we're sad. All of that's okay, right? Now, what I also want to share is that any of our experiences that we have judgment on, any experience that we have judgment on is going to move us out of our heart. Now, what happens is when we experience something, our brain will naturally label it either a positive experience or a negative experience. There'll be degrees of that, like that was really great, that was really awful, or yeah, that was good, or that was bad, right? So there's degrees in that ratio. But it naturally labels something positive or negative based on our past experiences, right? Based on our programming, based on our beliefs. And so in the work that I teach, the gold is there because we become alchemists. And if you think of the yin and the yang, there's light in the dark and there's dark in the light. And so what we do is we go to an event that we consider bad, yuck, awful, terrible, whatever, and we find the gold in that, right? We find the light in the dark. And when we do that, we bring our perceptions back into balance. And there's a cascade of things that happen when we bring our perceptions back into balance. When you have that moment, when you truly collapse that trigger, right? That thing that's been triggering you, pissing you off, that you've had a perception of, when you truly collapse that trigger, you'll experience a gamma burst in your brain. You'll have goosebumps or tears. You'll have a somatic response. The information that was previously stored in your body, which is this trigger, will actually collapse, and that information will then be stored in your superconscious mind rather than your subconscious body, right? Subconscious mind. Your body is your subconscious mind. And so a memory without the emotional charge is called wisdom. And that's exactly what happens. We'll then potentially remember the event, but there won't be that emotional response around it. We won't have that trigger around it. Now, when we do that, our heart opens and we become grateful and we become loving and we feel inspired by life. And so each time we collapse one of these triggers, that happens, right? That cascade of events happens that I just explained. The information moves from the subconscious mind, the body, to the superconscious mind. It's then stored as wisdom, right? Rather than an emotional event. Heart opens. And when your heart opens, each time your heart opens, you expand into being able to transduce higher frequencies. And so you keep basically kind of moving up the scale of being able to handle more in life, being able to sorry, Ollie's started barking. You'll be able to handle more in life. You'll be able to you'll be more emotionally resilient, right? You'll expand your sphere of influence. You'll expand what's available to you. You'll earn more money, have better health, have better relationships, right? It's you keep moving up the evolutionary scale. You transcend your current reality. But you will not transcend your current reality until you're able to have handle what you have right now. So God doesn't give us what we can't handle. Insert universe if God triggers you, but God doesn't give us what we can't handle, right? And so each time we transcend our level of consciousness, we take on a new level of chaos. And so it's not the same chaos, it's a new level of chaos. And so until we're able to transform that chaos into order by way of emotional intelligence, emotional resilience, we don't transcend our reality. So how do we transform that chaos into order? By collapsing old patterns and programs, by collapsing the old triggers and charges. Okay, so each time we balance a trigger or a charge, we collapse the pattern and we transcend this version of reality. We bring everything into order and we transcend this level of reality. And then we're going to get another level of chaos at some point, right? But because you know more, you have a different strategy, you have a better strategy, you handle things in a different way. So the things that knocked you off course or knocked you off your pedestal or whatever it was that got knocked out of grace, that doesn't happen so much, okay, because you have the tools to be able to understand what's going on for you and to be able to handle your life. So what I see often in this spiritual community, or these spiritual communities, is this positive vibes only, high vibes only, love and light, this living from the heart, all these sorts of things. And yes, living from the heart and love and light, but you don't get to those points by being positive vibes only, right? It's the balancing of the positive and the negative. It's the balancing of the good and the bad, the light and the dark, the hot and the cold. It's being able to balance your perceptions around things that actually moves you into a higher frequency. It actually moves you into love and light. You become love and light. You don't become love and light by trying to be love and light. You become love and light by owning your darkness, by shining light on your darkness, right? By balancing your light and your darkness. This is how we move into the heart. This is how we transform our lives and move up the scale of consciousness. So I know that's a lot for Monday morning. This is the second time that I've said it because the first time didn't work. Maybe I needed to practice. Oh, I wish I loved the sound of my own voice, but I do not. Anyway, so if you're wanting to love the sound of your own voice, love yourself more, improve your self-image, improve your life, move into your heart more, and really transform your level of consciousness, there really is no other way, because until you make the unconscious conscious, it's going to direct your life and you're just going to call it fate. You're just going to think that this is just the way it is. It is what it is. I hear that a little bit in the spiritual community, or in general as well. It is what it is. That's a cop out. That's a cop out. Yes, things happened the way they did because they couldn't have happened any other way. However, it's giving you essential feedback of what's going on in your programming so you're able to make adjustments. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you watched the first time, great. If you didn't, great. Comment below. Let me know where you're calling in from. Let me know if this landed for you. Let me know if you have any questions. And by all means, if you have friends and family who would love to be a part of this group, invite them in. We've got some more masterclasses coming up in the coming weeks. I've got a new VA starting today, which is going to free me up massively to do more. And yeah, anytime you have questions, by all means, reach out. I've also got an Ask Jill thing that's going to happen very soon. So you'll be able to send in your questions and I'll go live and answer those for you. But yeah, have a great week. I love you all. Even if I haven't met you, I love you. And if you have an intention for the week, then by all means, let me know. I'd love to, hear what it is that you guys want to create. All right. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you again real soon.